Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Displacement Garage. And if you saw in episode 2, we're parting out our '04 GTO. And one of the main reasons I bought this car was because of all this stuff right here. So it did have BC Racing BR type coilover package on it. And that's something that we wanted to put on our '04 for a project car for this summer. So comment below and let me know what option you guys want to see, because we have a couple options when it comes to our suspension. And it's something I'm going to let the viewers decide what they want to see, and then we'll actually get this installed in about a week. As soon as it gets a little bit nicer out, it's sunny out, but it's about 45 degrees here in Denver, so we'll bust the old GTO out of a hibernation here maybe next weekend, and that'll allow us to maybe to get some spare parts. I do have some coming that actually arrived tomorrow from BC to help freshen these up. So on the fronts, what we have, these are in really good shape. I did buy the tool adjusters or the spanners to fit in here and adjust any ride height. Overall, these are in great shape. The one thing that we do have is we do have a torn boot on this one, so we are going to replace that boot, but everything else looks pretty good. So I ordered that boot. Top bearings look fine and mounts look good, so I think we're good on this. I mean, the car didn't really have too many miles when it was totaled out as far as on the suspension and on the rear end. It had a lot of aftermarket parts as far as G-force, tow rods, had a built diff, inner stubs. And if you guys actually want to see that stuff, go check out Trey Herrera's channel. He actually came pick that stuff out from me, and that's on his GTO, his turbo build. So that car is sick. Go over to his channel, check it out. I'll link it down below in the description when I post this up. But what I need help from you is how do we want to build our GTO suspension? Do we just want to do a refresh on our BC coilover package here and put this in the car? Like I said, the fronts are good. We're going to replace this one boot. The rears are fine. Got these all cleaned up, ready to go. We are missing a washer, so I did order a new washer set for that. Probably the biggest deal is the rear end. So what we have is probably was sitting a little too low for my taste, but we can adjust them. Obviously, there's a bunch of height left in there. So everything looks good on these. The only thing I did notice is the spacer bushings in here are kind of shot where it takes up the space between the spring and the actual boot there, or spring pad. And this one is just flat out missing. So I did order those from BC. Probably should see those here later this week. But the other option we have is to just do a straight spring in there. So a Lavelle's 350 millimeter spring here, got from Kohler Racing. Andy helped me out over there. Also bought some white line spring bushings or spring seats as far as a 6 millimeter here. So that might give us almost the exact same height. And once these settle, I think they'll be about the same. So option 1, do we straight do just a BC refresh and install it? Or option 2, do we do a hybrid setup where we actually do the BC fronts, the shocks in the rear, and do the springs in a different pad set as far as doing the Lavelle's and those. If we don't like it, we can always switch it out to the BC Racing. Or should we just ditch all this stuff and just do a straight stock suspension rebuild on that as well? So do something like Coney or Petter's front shocks and springs, same with the rear, and just do a straight swap over, because this car is just really a Sunday driver. It's just something fun for me. I like to just kind of work on, turn wrenches on it. So comment below what you would like to see, and I'll let the viewers decide what we want to do here as far as either refreshing this and doing a straight BC swap over, doing a whole installation video, or doing the hybrid setup, ditching the spring adjusters and these springs, doing some Lavelle's on the back here, 350 millimeter with some bushings, and then just adjusting it that way as far as just spring pad depth. So these are available in a number of sizes, I think all the way up to 15 or 20 millimeter and down to 6. So 6 is the thinnest. So we'll put 6s on there. Maybe we'll put that in there, see how it looks. If not, we'll swap back over the BCs. If we don't like any of that, we can do a straight spring swap, guys. So comment, subscribe below, thumbs up, thumbs down. But let me know what you want to see as far as the suspension package on that GTO. So we have quite a bit done to that. It's got a built diff, it's got a hop rear ends, it's got G-force axles, it's got stubs in it, it's got G-force tow rods, so one-piece drive shaft. So The driveline's in pretty good shape. Suspension-wise, we did the radius rod bushings. We replaced a lot of the bushings underneath there just because of some dry rot. But now it's time to upgrade our suspension. Did do a white line sway bar kit on that, adjustable, so much thicker than stock. Those have been good. Now it's time to talk about the shocks and spring suspension package that we got to do on that, guys. So let me know what you want to see below, guys. Comment and pick an option, what you want to see, guys. All right, tune in next time.